I tell you what, I got a lot going on right now. It's a rainy day. One of my tires on my boat trailer went flat, so I got to deal with that. And I've got a 2-day catfish trip coming up, so I have to get bait for 2 days of catfishing. So because of all of this going on and, mainly the rain, I'm going to give you guys an update to my bait tank system. I have changed things around a little bit. I got rid of the small tank, which I was using for bluegill and shiners, and I just have the large tank, 180 gallon tough stuff tank that I got from Rural King, and a big trash can as a sump and filter. And I've got Gizzard Shad in it right now, and because of the rain, I can show you this working a little bit, show you the bait tank in action. Now the Gizzard Shad, they're not doing the greatest, probably because this water needs to be chilled. All I have is this fan to blow on it, and that's just not enough to cool this down to what it needs to be. I have also installed a big fan in the garage to pull some of the heat out of the garage. I can only run that maybe 1 or 2 hours a day because I don't want my electric bill to go through the roof. And it is helping cool down the garage. Before I did this video, I turned it on for about 15 minutes and the temperature here dropped by like 5 degrees. But these 2 fans are just not enough to cool this water down enough to keep the gizzards nice and healthy. Now, I do have a plan to try to address that, and that's going to be another video. I have to buy parts first, and I'm waiting on the big part, or at least to find the big part for really cheap on Marketplace or Craigslist or wherever to use in that project. And like I said, I'll make a video of it in the future. It is basically a cooling system for this that's not going to cost $500 because of the cool dip craze that's going on. Chillers that you can buy literally are $400 to $500 used. They used to be around $200 to $300, so they've gone up in price by a lot. So I have to make a chiller myself. And I got the light off because it was blowing out the camera, but I'm going to turn this light on and show you what I've got going on here, just in case you want to make a bait tank for yourself. And I think it's working good. It's just, like I said, it needs to be chilled. And I might need to have a better cast net. I think my cast net injured a lot of these poor little gizzards too, which is also causing some problems. Let me turn the light on and blow out the camera. All right, that light was a bit too bright, so I probably won't put that in. And I am dealing with a lot of humidity. It keeps fogging up the camera, so sorry the image isn't as good as I'd like it to be. But as you can see here, well, we got a little bit of water coming in from the outside, and then it gets suctioned out right here. And I'm hoping it gets to the suction out part so I can show you it working. I have considered taking a pipe and putting it all the way to the bottom and then drilling holes in it so it can get the stuff off the bottom. However, if those holes get clogged, it would drain all the water out of this. So I'll just leave it there so it doesn't, stay at the drain. And with this, circulating, it's actually pushing scales and everything to the middle for the pump to pick up and put into my sump. There, I think I cleaned up the image a little bit better. Now, for some reason, I don't know how I did it, but when I put the pipe on the other side of this, it's creating a Venturi effect, bringing in a ton of air into the water. I also added an air pump and put it way deep in this this trash can. In the bottom of the trash can is some rock media that this is draining into, and then it has to come up through a bunch of cut plastic pipe. Whoops. And that's how I'm filtering this water. It's not perfect. It's more of a biological filter. And I've had this running long enough that there should be plenty of bacteria on everything to help clean the ammonia out of the water. I may try to put a sock on this somehow at some point to filter it even more. Now let me see if I can give you guys a better look at the fish. You can see they're not really in perfect condition at all. And I have lost a few of them. There is some kind of stuff growing on their tails, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to get rid of it. If you guys know how to get rid of it, let me know in the comments below. Let me catch one. Here, get this guy right here. The water change might be doing it too. I can't even see it on here. He had something on his tail. You can see that, you know, this guy's got foam on his tail too. So I don't know. I don't know how to cure that. At least I have some bait. They seem to get more lively whenever I put them in the actual like bait tank in my boat. And you can see like there's that one darting around, so some of them are doing really good and some of them are not doing good. So I have to just, it's a constant learning process trying to figure out, you know, how to get these guys to survive a little bit better. All right, the rain has stopped for now, and it's not filling up anymore, so I won't be able to show you the siphoning effect of this. But, you know, it helps change out, you know, 5% of the water every time it siphons. And if we get a really good rain, it could do it 2 or 3 times in that, you know, during the rainy day, which is a good thing. You want to change out, you know, 10% of the water every now and then. It's supposed to be good for the fish. Some of the problems are probably from me cast netting them. There's not much you can do to stop that. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. This is not a perfect system. This actually held bluegill incredibly well. The bluegill were thriving in it. Shiners and minnows, not so much. And these gizzards, well, they're the canary in the coal mine right now. And I don't know. I'll have to look at other tanks to compare it. And they seem to be like my buddy's tank that I filmed a long time ago. But I don't remember them having that stuff like on their tails. And I'm sure that's from, you know, getting the scales or slime scraped off by the cast net. And I do put salt in my bait tank on the boat, and I put a bunch of salt in here. Most of that salt is probably gone because this refreshed. So maybe because I have an automatic refreshing system here, pulling in water when it rains, that maybe that's the cause of it. Maybe I need to go and put more salt in it, at least after it stops raining. But at least it's super clear water. These guys have been here probably a week now. And yeah, I've probably lost 40% of them, maybe 50%, maybe half of the gizzard shad that I had in here. So like I said, it's not a perfect system. And any advice from you guys will be helpful. And like I said, I got a project coming where I'm going to try to build a chiller for this tank. So I don't have to just have this fan on it, because this garage gets up to like 100 degrees when it's only like 90 degrees outside or 85, 80. It's got a metal roof, that's why. The metal roof just turns this place into an oven. But hey, it's worth trying. It's a learning process. I'm willing to learn from you guys too. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this rainy day video. I really, really appreciate it. And now I have to decide, do I want to take you guys skipjack fishing with me? Or do I want to hide my secret spots? And it's not really, the locals know about this area where I think the skipjacks are. And you can't get 200 there. You can only get like 5 to 10 maybe on a good day. So why would I not film there? Because, you know, people, I know the locals would be worried about people from Michigan coming down here to catch 200 skipjacks from our secret spots. But if you can only catch 5 to 10 skipjacks in like 6 hours, it's not worth it to a bait dealer to do that. But for me, for one trip, or well, 2 trips, I can make 10 skipjacks work on 2 trips easily. And if I only have 5 skipjacks or even 3 skipjacks, I can Dieter Melhorn it, which he cuts really, really tiny slices. And those tiny slices caught these 2 40-pound class fish. That was a good day of fishing. Thanks again for watching. I do hope to see you next time.